Alright, so we are loading back up Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, and we are going to go ahead and show you the Mewtwo deck, and just how consistent this deck is, and also just how nice it is if you can get your pulls right away. So let's go hop right into a match against somebody else. We're going to go use the event Battle Finder. I'm not quite sure if there's even any difference between this battle mode and then just the random Battle Finder, the event one and the regular one. But anyways, we're just going to hop in. And I'm running a Mewtwo deck. This is one that uses just two types of basics. We are using our Mewtwo, and we are also using Ralts. And we are only playing 2 copies of the Ralts line and Mewtwo. That's pretty much it that we are doing. We're using the Mewtwo EX, of course, not the regular Mewtwo, because the Mewtwo EX is what can swing for 150 every single turn if we do get it set up properly. So our opponent started off with a Woobat already. That is a good sign, because I'm not sure that Woobat is used generally within any of the common decks, and he's running a Mewtwo deck, so we are going to hopefully power up our Mewtwo a little bit faster than his. If we can pull a Ralts, we will be looking good with this Pokeball. If we pull another Mewtwo EX, then we will be getting a little bit slower of a start. So there's another Mewtwo EX, but luckily we do have another Pokeball. So we did get lucky that we will be able to start turn 1 with both a Ralts and a Mewtwo. A perfect start, you would be able to drop down the Ralts right away and then evolve it to a Curly as soon as possible, but this is pretty good. We can drop our other Mewtwo in because we only have 4 basics in our total deck, so it doesn't really matter. We can just load up all of them, and then we'll end turn. We do have 2 fossils in this deck, and the fossils are used to, let's say we only had one of our basics out, we could go throw up a fossil just in case we get Sabrina, and then we don't have to take hits on mons that we don't really want to take hits on. So that's why we run some fossils in this deck. Hopefully we don't draw any next turn. I want to be able to draw that Curlia next turn. If we draw that Curlia, we will be able to set up extraordinarily fast, and we'll be right on our way to a very good game. Our opponent is running Articuno in this deck. That is crazy. An Articuno Mewtwo deck. I don't think I've seen that before. It's very interesting. And he's going to load up a Water Energy. Is he running a double energy? He's running a double energy deck. I think it's the first time I've seen that. So we're going to grab our Curlia. That means we'll be able to set up pretty fast. So we're going to drop that on our Ralts. We're going to power up our Mewtwo. And we are going to swing for Psychic Sphere. We have a Giovanni, so if our opponent uses a potion next turn, we can just whip out Giovanni, and we can swing for 60 and take out the Swoobat. But we should also be able to load up Gardevoir next turn, and so we'll be able to actually just swing for 150 pretty much every single turn from now on. There's no stopping that now. So if we didn't have Gardevoir, then we could go swing for 60 right now with the Giovanni, and we'd be able to win anyways based on that. But we do have a Gardevoir, so we'll be able to go attach 2 energy to our Mewtwo this turn, and it will be over for our opponent. We're going to drop Gardevoir on. We're going to use Psy Shadow. We're going to drop on another one of those, and then we don't even need to use Giovanni. We're just going to Psy Drive. Matter of fact, yeah, let's just use Psy Drive. You could argue that it would be smart to go use Giovanni and then to start loading up the other Mewtwo with some energies, but I didn't want to, I figured we're not gonna, the chances of him Sabrina-ing us out are pretty low. And if he does Sabrina us out, we'll be fine. So he's going to load up 2 on his Articuno. No matter what he does, we are going to, that's Ice Wing, so it is game this turn. We can go load up another energy card. Well, actually, let's go. Just for insult to injury, we will potion it up. We will drop a energy on. We will go use Psy Shadow. We can whip out Giovanni just for an extra 10 damage. Not necessary, but we'll do it. And then we will strike for 160 with Psy Drive. And that's game. So this is how you run the Mewtwo deck. Really, it's super simple. I'll go show you all the cards that you use on it once again. Right here, these are the cards that you use. And it's really simple. All you do is you get your Mewtwo and your Ralts up as soon as possible. You power up your Mewtwo, and then you start swinging for 150 to 160 literally every single turn. I like using Ralts first if you get Ralts and Mewtwo in the beginning. I think that it's a bit smarter because then you can take a couple hits with Ralts, use an X speed, and retreat out. And you should be pretty good with that. So that's how you use the Mewtwo deck. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and let me know what decks you're enjoying or what ones you would like to see the strategy for in Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. Personally, I think the Mewtwo deck is one of the most consistent and easy decks to play with, but let me know your thoughts. This is Pokemon Trainer Red, and I'll see you next time.